guys, welcome to my channel. I have done a few reaction videos now to TikTok, to YouTube Shorts. However, because of its visualness, artists have always been drawn to Instagram. So let's have a look. Are Instagram Reels any better than TikToks? Are they worse? In terms of the art advice that is being given out.
There's 3 tips that'll instantly make your lines look like this, and this. First, use the right brush.
If your brush is too smooth or stiff, your lines will look flat. Use ones that respond to pressure. Light strokes give thin lines, heavier strokes get thicker, and the best ones feel organic, like a real pencil. Draw a straight line first, then use Liquify's push tool to shape it into the curve that you need. It's fast, accurate, and it fits your sketch perfectly.
Third, bury your line weight.
Flat line work makes everything look stiff, but it's an easy fix. Thicken lines where textures meet, like hair against skin. It adds contrast and makes materials feel different. Even with all these techniques, bad sketches still lead to bad line art.
This is probably one of the best tutorials on line art I have ever seen. That's like literally everything you need to know about line art. 10 out of 10. Strong start. And a reference? Set a 5-minute timer. Ink pen so you can't erase. Sketch until the timer runs out. That's pretty good advice. I think doing quick studies is one of the main things they recommend in art school and any art class really. It can definitely build up your visual library of different faces. Yeah, 10 out of 10. That's amazing as well. Learn how to draw perspective. Free resources. Line of action. Ooh. What? I've never heard of any of these. Let me know if you have. As someone who definitely needs to practice some perspective, this sounds great. I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 because I haven't tried them and they flash them so fast on screen that I think it will take me quite a while to screenshot the one I want to look at.
Here are 6 reasons why your art is probably not improving, but I think the last point is probably the truest. Number 1, you're spending way too much time scrolling on Pinterest instead of actually drawing, which leads to point number 2, which you are then constantly comparing
I feel called out.
yourself to other artists. When you start comparing your art and your progress to other people's, that can be really detrimental to your entire process. And lastly, your art is probably not improving because you've already improved a lot. Remember, the learning curve is very steep right when you start, and then it kind of plateaus a little bit.
That's such a sweet video. I love how it ends with the learning curve explanation. I think that's something that everyone kind of forgets. Yeah, Pinterest is kind of the death of us. Pinterest has quite a big effect on your art style. Like, you keep wanting to switch art style if you spend too much time on Pinterest because you constantly feel self-conscious and you're comparing yourself to other artists who just draw differently from you. I think they're all really good reasons again. 10 out of 10, can I say that? I'm loving these reels so far.
To fix that, we want to first mark the middle between the top of the head and the chin, so we can place an eye line. Then to quickly place an eye, just take the width of the eye, obviously it depends on your style, but just repeat the length from the nose bridge and then you can place your eye. Next mistake is wrong placement of the neck, and to fix it we want to place 2 points. So one will be under the outer corner of the eye, but for more realistic styles you can put it closer to the ear. And for the other, just take the length from the chin to the eye and you'll have your width for the neck. Although for female characters you can make it...
Wow! I didn't know any of that. Let me know if you tried that. I feel like that's really helpful advice. 10 out of 10.
Here's the problem, you're painting too many details. These macro detailed eye tutorials cannot be applied to a regular portrait. Sure, they look good and are fun to do, but to learn faster, what you need are these instead. Rough, quick sketches of different eyes with different perspective, and you need to do many. Focus on expression, the shapes and form, and forget about these long, detailed eyelashes for now. They're not important.
I agree with him. I think all of these like close-up tutorials, firstly, they're difficult to then apply to your style. Secondly, they are just a snapshot of something, and though you can learn a lot from them, it is kind of difficult to incorporate it into your specific work. So yeah, I definitely agree with him. I think the second exercise is a lot more productive. And I like that he acknowledges that they're fun to do as well. I can't keep saying 10 out of 10, but I feel like I have to. Like, they're so good. Drawing guidelines just for them to be there for moral support. That is very relatable. When I'm just sketching for fun, I do just kind of put guidelines anywhere and then draw the face. Like, regardless of if I'm following the guidelines or not. They are just there for moral support at the end of the day.
Made all these paintings with one brush.
Oh my
God. See, you don't actually need fancy brushes. All you need is a brush that you can actually control. Recently,
That's true. I feel like because it's such a good digital product to sell, everyone's been kind of obsessing with brushes when, like, even if your brush is quite flat, you can pretty much do any texture if you just, like, draw it in. Sure, it might take a bit longer, but then...
I really enjoyed working with this one brush. It's called the Hard Elliptical, and it's from Greg Rutkowski's free brush set. Why is
That
it so
brush
good?
does look
Because
good,
you can
though.
make both sharp and soft transitions with
Ooh.
it. And not only that, it has some texture. So you can either work with a lower opacity and make it smoother,
Does anyone know any brush that's similar to this for Procreate? Because I have beef with Photoshop. Me and Photoshop go way back, and it's not good.
or make it big for more texture. It's pretty awesome. Let me know what brushes you use in the comments below. I made all these paintings with one brush.
Those paintings
You
are
see, you don't
I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. I think the guy's just good at drawing, okay? I don't think the brush is the key
A
here.
little tip for using color in your drawing. To avoid things feeling scattered and to create a cohesive composition, come up with a palette of no more than 3 or 4 main colors and 1 accent color. The main color should act
Oh
as
my
a
God.
unifying element so the piece doesn't fall apart visually and can be easily read as a single image. The accent color should appear sparingly, just enough to draw
What is
attention
that?
to
They've got like actual flowers on their drawing. This is sick. I agree. I think it depends on your style. Like, some people love having a bunch of colors, but I think this is definitely something you should try. Ooh. I can't say 10 out of 10 again, but I really want to. So I think I will.
Tips that helped me improve posing characters. Tip number 1,
Okay.
for more dynamic poses, try thinking about the pose as a triangle with 3 points of
Ooh.
interest. I find this method gives my poses a lot of energy. Tip number
I don't know why, but when a character's well balanced and they're like standing up, they tend to form some kind of triangle anyway, so I think this is a great tip.
If you struggle with drawing their shoulders from the top like me, thinking about the neck and clavicle as an
Ooh.
eye shape helps. And makes it a lot easier to add the shoulders and head in the right area. If you want
This
more
person's
weird
a
tips,
genius.
let me know and
Oh
I'll
my
make more
God.
videos like this in the future.
That is insane. That's so helpful. 20 out of 10. This is great. I don't know what else to say. This is incredible. I think the reels have been a tremendous success. Yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think Instagram is actually better for artists? Let me know. But I think that's everything I had for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Bye bye.